The following is an exclusive presentation of Jesup Broadcasting, the sports leader in Southeast Georgia.
World famous. The world famous Butch and Bob Show.
And good morning to you. You're listening to the Big Dog, WIFO FM in Jesup, 105.5 on your FM dial, Big Dog Country. Thursday morning, third day of October. Butch Hubbard here with you along Bob Morgan, world famous Butch and Bob Show, brought to you by Murphy Builder Supply in downtown Jesup on Northeast Broad Street, and by Nips Car Wash on Highway 301 South, just past McDonald's on the left-hand side. Well, Bob, you ready for some playoff baseball for the Braves?
Ready.
You're ready. Go Braves.
Go Braves.
Yeah, our coverage will begin this afternoon at 3:45 with the leadoff show right here on 105.5 FM and first pitch 5:02, right, Bob?
First pitch 5:02.
Okay, and then tomorrow's first pitch is at
I believe it's 4:30.
4:30, and that got today's game can be heard right here on 105.5 FM. Tomorrow's game can be heard on AM 1370 The Buzz, WLOP Fox Sports Radio. So when you don't hear it on 105.5, you hear it on AM 1370 WLOP The Buzz, Fox Sports Radio. All right, world famous Butch and Bob Show. And if you've been listening to the radio and keeping up what's going on here, there's a new haunted trail here in Wayne County. And we've got the folks in here this morning that are putting it on. Rick Williams and Sue Rose. Just 3 months here in South Georgia from Northern California. How are y'all doing this morning?
We're doing well. Doing well.
All right. Rick Williams and Sue Rose. And the haunted trail where you live is out on Grantham Road. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And what is the address there? Do you know?
3307.
3307.
Correct.
And will you have signs put up for people there? You got parking for folks to be able to watch, go to the haunted trail on Saturday nights, right?
Plenty of parking. We're going to have food, everything they'll need.
All right. Well, I've been to your website, weboffears.com, and I got scared just looking at it. I'm thinking, a person really likes to be scared to go through that. Y'all, I was reading some of the information you gave me, and Style Magazine, when y'all had y'all's haunted trail out there in Northern California, was picked as one of the top 10 designation places to go for Halloween trails. That's just amazing.
Well, thank you. Yeah, we put a lot of work and effort into it. It kind of evolved. We're both retired correctional officers out of the state of California, so having worked with death row inmates and Charles Manson, we're like, well, what can we segue in retirement and do? So we're like, well, let's just scare the heck out of people.
Oh, we'll just scare them now.
Raise some money for charity and let people have a heck of a good time and go home a little scared but happy.
All right, let's just use the theater of mind here, okay? A person drives up to y'all's location there, Web of Fears, haunted trail, and this year's theme that y'all have is what now?
Twisted Wizard's Nightmare in Oz. It's a
All right.
twist on the whole Wizard of Oz. I don't know if you know, it's the 80-year anniversary of the film.
Oh, wow. 80 years.
Can you believe it?
Jeez.
So we thought we'd tell the backstory, our story of what really happened with Dorothy and all of her friends.
About what really happened, not the happy stuff we saw on the movie, right?
Yeah.
Our characters don't really have a happy ending.
No. So a person drives up there and they get ready to go in, and tickets are how much?
$10 for adults, $5 for 13 and under. Correct?
Okay. And it's each Saturday night during the month of October, correct?
Correct.
And it starts at what time?
7 o'clock and ends at 10.
Okay.
Last year we did 8 nights, but we're exhausted from the move back here this year, so we're going to stick only to Saturday nights this year.
Okay. So a person gets ready to go in there. Just tell us some of the experiences. You don't have to go into much details because we don't want to, give it away. But y'all got like live actors and characters and what else? It's just amazing what y'all have in there.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, thanks for recognizing that. It's been an enormous amount of work for just the two of us. It's a theatrical production. We've got huge sets, intricate sets that we've designed. Our trail is called Web of Fears, because we kind of play to, your common fears and phobias like spiders, snakes, and clowns, etc. We found nobody in Jesup likes clowns. And we've got a whole host of them.
You got a whole bunch of scary clowns in there too, huh?
Probably 7 or 8 running around.
Okay. And it's about a half a mile long, the haunted trail, right? Is that
Yes,
correct?
and then they end up in our barn.
Okay, and the barn is a haunted barn, isn't
It is. It's Emerald City.
Oh, Emerald City, but the dark side
The
of
dark
Emerald City.
side, yeah, real dark.
Wizard.
We do have a wizard,
All right.
and he will help them hopefully get home.
Oh, but he's a helpful wizard, huh?
Well, we'll find out.
We'll
Yeah.
find.
So you're going to start out in Dorothy's house,
Uh-huh.
and then you're going to go through Dorothy's house, and you're going to end up in Oz, where you're going to make the journey through the yellow brick road, or
Whatever y'all have on the ground.
correct. We've got a lot of actors on the trail. We've got intricate scenes that we've created along the way, and then you're going to end up at the end in Emerald City, or our version of it.
Okay. That sounds like a lot of work.
We're on day, we're on day 20 of the setup. I mean, 20 days
Okay.
of setup. So
Where did you find your actors, your characters, the people who can play these different parts?
well, we advertise. How'd you advertise on social media?
Yes.
Yeah, and some people just
And
said they wanted it.
we've been interviewing people in Brunswick, the Hinesville, the Jesup. We go and interview everybody.
All right. And so you just kind of pick out people that you think would be good, because y'all have been doing this for years up in Northern California, so you kind of know the personality that you need for the different parts, right?
Yeah, people who we feel that are, will be safe out there with, we have no touching of our guest out there. We want everybody to get scared, but not be too scared.
Right.
And the first thing they'll notice when they come and park their cars in our parking lot is there'll be a headless horseman riding a horse around the parking lot. So that comes.
We're talking about true headless. I mean,
Yeah.
it's amazing. That's going to be amazing to see.
It is. Yeah, we're very happy. The person was out there with her husband last night at 9 o'clock at night with her headlights on, setting up the scene.
All
So
right. Headless horseman riding around the parking lot. I look forward to it, because we're going to be broadcasting live from there Saturday afternoon from 5 o'clock to 7 o'clock up to the gates open up. And so I'll have a chance to see, what's going on, talking about it on the radio, and encourage people to go out. And once again, this is on Grantham Road here in Jesup and Wayne County, Web of Fears Haunted Trail. And dare to enter the dark forest.
Which I'd like to add to, with regard to our actors. The community here has been so receptive to what we're bringing. It's been wonderful. The community has been so welcoming. We've gotten so many offers of help. The actors have been great. We've recruited a lot of seasoned people. There used to be a trail, as we understand, in Ludowici that the firefighters put on, and they're no longer doing that anymore. So we have some of the actors joining us this year.
Well, good.
And
good.
yeah, it's just been great. We're working with a great group of people.
All right. I'm glad that you were able to find the folks that you needed for this. It sounds awesome. And first of all, I'd like to welcome y'all here to South Georgia.
thank
We're not going to apologize for the humidity. We've been living with it all our lives, so you're going to have to put up with it too. But y'all were mentioning it was hot in Northern California. That's amazing. Y'all were up close to the mountain areas. I just did not know it was that hot up there in Northern California.
hot, and the fire danger was extreme. I mean, you go to bed at night and you would just pray that you wouldn't have a fire around you. I mean, it was kind of like that.
Okay, so y'all moved there to get away from the from California and the taxes and all that kind of stuff, and you decided to move. How did you pick Jesup and Wayne County to move into? I mean,
If we had a dollar
That's
for every
time
person
you've been asked
asked,
that, yeah.
And you know what? We came back here twice, 2 trips in January and February, toured about 6 states. Mm-hmm. And we found Jesup, and we've had a little home here we liked on 14 acres, had everything we liked. It was coastal, but yet we felt inland enough from the hurricanes that we might be okay. So we said, this is the one we want. And
good.
we both grew up in small towns. I grew up in a really small town. Jesup's a big town to me.
Oh, it
compared
is.
to where I grew
Yeah.
up.
Now,
Yeah,
you're more
in
like
fact-
Scrivenotum, huh?
Yeah, exactly. So this had the kind of feel we wanted, and so far we haven't been disappointed at all. The people here are kind and gracious. I mean, if you spend any time in California, you know that doesn't really exist out there too much anymore.
Yeah, yeah.
And that was a big part of the reason we wanted a different culture.
Okay, so if a person is on Grantham Road and they go over the bypass, okay, how far down past the bypass is this haunted trail that you're going to have? Do you know?
Down Bethlehem? Gosh, I don't know how far we are. Mile and a half?
But you said
maybe?
Grantham. You're on Grantham Road,
We
right?
are on Grantham.
Grantham Road.
Well, how far down Grantham?
Yeah. If you go across the bypass, because you go down there and turn, and you go across on Grantham Road over, not over, but you just cross over the bypass, the 301 bypass. How far down Grantham Road?
We're the fourth house on the right, I believe.
Fourth house on the right, so not very far down.
But keep in mind, there are
Quarter
two
mile.
entrances to Grantham.
There is.
Yeah,
There's
they
one
come-
from Bethlehem and there's one from the bypass.
There are two from Bethlehem, right? There's two entrances from
No,
Bethlehem.
from the bypass.
Oh,
There's
okay.
two from there.
Okay.
It kind of circles around.
Right, it does.
Yeah, we're the fourth house down, and
Okay.
they will have no problem seeing us with it's lit up like a candle, and it's very quiet out there. So
Okay.
we will stick out like a sore thumb, and we have parking attendants at the road.
And they'll have parking wands waving everybody in. Parking will be in the back, not in the
Okay.
front of the house.
All right, it'll be in the back.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
The entire
so if you
event.
come in from the front, you'll be directed to the back.
Correct.
And if you come in from the back, I think I know where y'all's house is. You just park there in the back, down there behind the barn, right?
That's
Correct.
right.
No charge for parking.
Okay. All right. This is absolutely amazing, what y'all are going to be putting on here. Folks, y'all need to go. We're going to be giving away some free passes, but not very many of them, so you really need to get your tickets. But really what you need to do is to go to weboffears.com, weboffears.com, and read all about it. And once you do that, if you like to be scared, if you like haunted trails and haunted barns and houses, you absolutely going to love this, folks.
And clowns.
And clowns and characters and different take on Wizard of Oz and Dorothy and the wizard and all the characters involved with that. Now, how did y'all come up with a playwright for this thing? I mean, who says, all right, this character's going to do this and this character's going to do that, and
Good
how does
Lord,
that work?
I don't know how this evolves sometimes.
Yeah, how
you know?
does the characters
And when it does
learn
ev-
their parts?
When it does evolve, it seems like it's massive work that evolves out of it. I really can't tell you. I mean, I came up with the idea. I don't know where it came from. Somewhere in my
Rick is really creative.
it's working all those years at San Quentin. So.
We normally we usually let the actors kind of pick if there's a character that they're drawn to, because if there's something they're excited about doing, they're going to put that much more energy into it. Some of the actors just say, hey, I'll do whatever, and we kind of make a determination what we think would be a best fit for them.
Yep.
Does the house that y'all live in, does it have a pond in the front yard?
Yep. We
It
got one
does.
in front and
Yeah,
one in the back.
I would know where it is because back in 1968, when our family, when I was 14 years old, moved from Jacksonville, Florida to Jesup, my dad got out of the finance business down there and got into the radio business in 1968. The people who were the guy that was managing the station at the time lived across from us in Jacksonville, and about 2 years before we moved here in about 3 years since 1965, he left the radio station in Jacksonville and moved to Jesup and started managing WLOP 1370 AM. Okay. And then about 3 years later, he kept trying to get Dad to come up here. So finally, me and Dad, Mom, and the 4 kids, we all moved to Jesup. But the Evans, Emory Evans and Dale Evans, who managed this station, lived in that house. So I've spent a lot of time there because it's got the pond out front, you got the little brick house, and you have a little shop behind it, and then you got the barn in the back. Is that right?
Yes.
That's it.
No kidding.
Yep.
I'll be darned.
Yep. And the pool, of course, I don't think the pool's operate anymore. But I know exactly where it is. Somebody just texted in. Yeah, there's that one entrance off of Grantham Road that you'll turn right before the house. And then if you come around from Bethlehem Road, you come in the back way
Right.
where the parking is. Yep.
Now, I'd just like to say that one of the main reasons we do this too. Last year we did it for a charity there in California. This year we're doing it for a charity that's real personal to us. It's benefiting fallen law enforcement and firefighters' families. Our nephew was killed in line of duty. So it's a subject that's real personal to us. So that's a big part of what we're doing here is raising money for those families.
Well, good.
So.
Good. Somebody wants to know which is the best entrance to come in from. Is it in front of your house there on Grantham, or is it better to come in the backside off of Bethlehem?
Probably Bethlehem, and just to clarify, that's the direction I was giving you. When you come in off of Bethlehem onto Grantham, then we're about 4 houses down on the right.
Right.
So if you come in the other entrance from the bypass, we're a little farther down.
A little further down, yeah. And so you can either, and the thing about it is if you come in off Bethlehem, and y'all have signs out there, you'll actually go where the parking is. You won't have to pull in, go past the house, past the bar, and all that kind of stuff and do your parking. So probably coming off of Bethlehem would be the best place because that's where the parking is and everything. And it's just amazing that the time and effort. I mean, I can tell, folks, if you I keep going on about the time and effort. If you go to weboffears.com, you will think this was a major, production with the entire staff and construction people and actors and all that kind of stuff. It's just amazing, and folks are going to be they're going to have fun. If they like being scared, if they like a good haunted trail, they're going to love Web of Fears.
Well, there's nothing like a good old adrenaline pumping through your veins to make you feel alive.
That's right.
We're going to help them feel alive on
You're
Saturday
gonna help
nights.
them feel alive.
Yes, we are.
And they do promise you will go home alive.
We do.
Maybe.
Maybe a changed person, but you will go home alive. And we've got Rick Williams and Sue Rose in this morning, and they started a haunted trail. Actually, they did it for many years up in Northern California, and just very popular out there. And now they've moved here to Wayne County, and they've decided to keep their haunted trail going, even though they wanted to retire. You said, well, let's try it down here and see how it's going to work. And folks, we encourage you to go. And it's each Saturday night, beginning this Saturday, starting at 7 p.m. every Saturday night during the month of October at Web of Fears Haunted Trail.
Butch, I'd like to add something. We've had a few questions about the subject matter for kids, whether the trail is recommended for children. This is an adult-themed attraction. That doesn't mean children can't attend.
Right.
It just means use parental discretion. And if you're bringing children under 13, you know what they can handle, Are they okay with scary movies? But we require that parents accompany children under 13.
Right. Yeah. So it is an adult thing, but you do have a 13 and under. But folks know their kids. Can they handle pretty good haunted trail? Yeah.
Exactly.
And so are they willing to let those children and sleep in their bed for next week or so?
Yes, your kids will be in bed with you for the next week. I didn't know that. Okay. But Blood Moon Acres, what is that?
That's just what we call our farm.
You call your farm Blood Moon Acres. 14 acres out there on Bethlehem, Grantham Road, Blood Moon Acres. Now that is very original. I don't think there's any other type of farm in this area or whatever it's named, anything with the word blood in it.
And I was born and raised on a farm. My dad was a farmer, so I don't know. We just came up with that. We thought it sounded kind of spooky, so it's like, let's go with that.
Yeah. Well, we're going out to Blood Moon Acres.
There you go.
Yeah, we hope to be back sometime tonight.
We added a lot of folklore to our trail in regards to like the ghost light of Jesup here that people speak of.
Right.
Some others. The blood bucket, is that what it's called?
Bloody bucket.
Bloody bucket.
Yeah.
So we tried to add some local folklore to the trail.
We like to make it a little educational.
And Ugg may make an appearance on the trail. Ugg the dog may be on the trail.
Do what now?
Ugga may be on the trail. So.
All right. Ugga may be on the trail. Georgia's mascot. He may be on the trail,
yes.
or a version thereof.
He may be looking down.
I don't think Sonny would allow him to come over.
Yeah, he may be looking down and judging those people who are Florida Gator fans and all those others.
Well, speaking of Florida Gator fans, Bob, here's a text aimed at you. Okay. All right. It says, "Good morning, Butch," because they know I'm in front of the mic here. It says, "Good morning, Butch. Traveling from Homerville, listening to the show. Great show as always. I'm close to Highway 122 between Homerville and Waycross. So they're between Homerville and Waycross, listening to us down there. And it says, tell Bob hello and go Gators. Ike."
We know Ike.
Who?
Ike.
Ike. You know Ike? Okay, so Ike says hello.
He used to be the chef at the cafeteria.
Oh, okay. He used to be the chef at the cafeteria. Oh, this is Ike. Okay.
Tell Ike he's got a big problem with Auburn this weekend.
Well, you just did.
I just did.
Yeah, just tell him again in case he didn't hear you.
He's got a big problem with Auburn this weekend.
All right, so it's going to be Florida and Auburn this
I
weekend.
did hear on the Chuck Oliver show, though, that Florida got like 6 players back for this game. So that's a big boost for them.
Okay.
But
Are they on probation or something?
I think they were injured. Some were injured,
Okay.
some were suspended, but they're getting 6 players back for this ball game. So
Okay. So Ike, who's listening to us in his car, he's between Homerville and Waycross, and he says,
what I really like to
he
tell
says,
Ike,
he says, I know.
I'm kind of pulling for Florida to stay unbeaten and Georgia stay unbeaten for that Georgia-Florida clash. I like seeing
they make it big,
yeah,
yeah.
I like seeing both unbeaten on there.
Well, we do have guests in here, so let's get back to that. But Ike, good morning to you. Ike used to be the cafeteria manager at the hospital here in town. All right. Once again, I'm reading here. Blue Moon Acres will be hosting its annual Web of Fears Haunted Trail Walk and fundraiser. It'll be in Jesup this year, beginning on October 5th and running every Saturday night through October 5th, 12th, 19th, and 26th. It costs $10 for above 13, and then 13 and under $5. And 50% off ticket prices at the gate for all peace officers, firefighters, correctional officers, and active duty military. And plus 3 members with verification of identification if they are one of those folks, right?
Correct.
All right. And so you really identify with that since you were in, were you a guard there
Yeah, I was a
at the prison?
correctional officer for 25 years, and met this young lady. She was a correctional officer too, and we fell in love back in the 80s. And
I
here
was smart, though. I got out.
Oh, you got out, huh?
well, I don't know.
Y'all meet at work? Yeah?
We did.
Yeah.
We did.
Were you a guard too?
I was.
You was?
I was till about 93.
Uh-huh. But that's a bunch of mean men there. And you were...
We started
I
out
say
at a-
mean. They might not have mean. They might have messed up and okay in prison, but they're in prison.
Well, we met at a women's prison. I worked at 4 prisons. So
Oh, you worked at four different prisons.
I got silly and ended up working at a women's prison, which was not a good deal.
Not a
but
good deal.
No, I'd rather work with the death row inmates any day of the week. So
They're a lot less trouble,
yeah,
right?
give me Charles Manson any day of the week.
Over a prison full of women. A lot less trouble, a lot less drama, right? Huh?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. But anything else you'd like for folks to know about this? Because this is brand new. People have never heard of this. Y'all just got it going here in Jesup and Wayne County. You've had it in Northern California, but you've got it here. And like I said, ranked by Style Magazine as one of the top 10 haunted trails in America. But you now have moved it to Jesup and Wayne County since you moved here. Anything else you'd like to know, people to know about the haunted trail, the experience they'll have, or anything else?
We're not going away. We're going to be here every year, getting bigger and better. Every year we're going to have a new theme. We're always going to play to the fears and phobias. Our spider scene is going to get bigger and uglier every year. But every year we're going to have a new theme.
Okay.
So we're going to keep bringing something.
We may have a 9-foot spider out there. So
Maybe a 9-foot spider.
Yeah, might have a 9-foot spider out there.
Right. I just want to read some of the information here that y'all gave us here to put your ad together. It says on October 5th, 2019, Blood Moon Acres will once again open its gates to all those foolish enough to test fate in the dark void known as Nightmare Forest Web of Fears. Half-mile trail, a little over half a mile, it says, plus, will test your limits of fear as you claw your way out of 3,000 feet of nightmares, only to face the unimaginable fate that awaits you in our imperial city. We assembled our 25-member Legions of Doom squad, and now all that's missing is you. Please advise, we only have one goal out here at Blood Moon Acres, to scare you to death.
That's right. Let me just add to the ladies. I know we probably don't need to tell anybody back here in Georgia, but the California ladies tend to show up on with high heels on these trails.
Oh.
It's not recommended.
No.
Please wear
You'll see.
foot-appropriate wear for the trails.
Yeah, walking shoes.
Walking shoes.
Yeah,
There you
yeah.
go.
Even sandals are not really recommended
No
at
sandals.
night because, night creatures do tend to come out and crawl around.
Oh, we have our share of bugs and crawly things and creepy things here in South Georgia.
Oh, yes.
And, I also want to add that our actors will not touch any of the guests.
Okay, no
And-
touching. Right.
Either way, it goes both ways.
Okay, you don't touch the ghouls and the demons and the scary folks, and they won't touch you.
Yeah.
Safety and enjoyment for our guests is of utmost importance to
Okay,
us.
and speaking of safety, you probably do have folks along the trail there to make sure folks are okay, right?
Absolutely.
And you did say you're going to have some concessions there too. Is that correct?
We do. We will have a food truck. It's called Frankendiner. They'll be
Frankendiner.
They'll be serving green corn dogs and green foods and something called the Kraken and all
The Kraken.
Yeah, you can see the food truck's picture on our website. So they're gonna serve up some real ghoulish food for the folks.
They
Amazing.
pay tribute to our classic horror monsters from the 50s and 60s.
All right. And once again, the web of fear is going to be there. The Blood Moon Acres is on Grantham Road here in Jesup. Best way to enter it is from Bethlehem Road. They'll have signs, and you'll park, go through, pay your money, get in. But folks, just write it down right now. Web of Fears, weboffears.com. Go to it. And can they buy tickets in advance, or do they have to do it at the gate?
I was just going to answer that. Good question. Either. You can
Either?
purchase, and it's the same price. There is a nominal fee if you purchase online. It's like 50 cents or $1 or something.
Okay.
We strongly advise that folks purchase online because it kind of expedites getting through the gate quite a bit faster.
Right. How long do you think the experience takes for somebody? If they start, let's say, at 7, when do you think that they will in a daze walk out of it frightened to death by the time they go to the
It depends.
back of the
Like
car?
last year, we had some people that were so terrified they ran the whole course. Once they got through, and we had some that drove up and got to the gate and turned around and left. Didn't even ask for refunds. But normally, I'd say it's somewhere between 30 and 45 minutes.
30 to 45 minutes to go through it. And it goes from 7 to 10, so you don't have to get there exactly at 7, folks.
Correct.
But it's about 30 to 45 minutes based on how much you want to experience the haunted trail. And you can come at 7, 7:30, 8, 8:30, 9, 9:30, whatever the case may be.
They will be there along with our ghoulish crew,
All right.
ready to put on a show. I just like to add one last
Go
thing.
ahead.
We'd like to thank everybody here in Jesup and Georgia at large for being as gracious to us moving back here. We really appreciated it.
Okay. Rick Williams, Sue Rose, they have a 14-acre farm out there on Grantham Road, and Blood Moon Acres is the name of it. They've got a haunted trail that'll start this Saturday and go every single Saturday during the month of October. It's a great haunted trail, folks. You will really enjoy it. And go to weboffears.com to find out all about it. Anything else, y'all?
Nope. Go Dogs.
Go Dogs! A man after our heart.
California, no doubt.
Yeah. All right. Y'all have a good day.
Thank you so
All
much.
Thanks for having us.
105 point. Hold on a second here. Big Dog Country Radio, WIFO. Anything you want to say, Bob, about today's game between the Braves and no? Let's just go Braves. All right. WIFO 105.5 FM in Jesup, Big Dog Country Radio, world famous Butch and Bob Show, brought to you by Murphy Builder Supply, located on Northeast Forest Street in downtown Jesup, just down from the big red caboose.
Famous Butch and Bob Show.